I do not roll over and play dead. I am so proud of that, and I know it is the same circumstances that I wish I did not have that give me that ability.
The Alric Show, inspiration, motivation, one vision, hope to one new generation. Together we can live and learn. Yes, we're one family on the Alric Show.
Hi, I'm Alric and welcome to the show. In 2019, Tanisha woke up with bloodshot in her eyes, and this would change her life forever. Tanisha, welcome to the Alric Show. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm fine.
Yeah, feeling good and all of that?
Yes, I am.
Take me back to 2019. What happened?
So in 2019, I was going through a lot of trauma, a lot of stress in my life emotionally. My husband, for about 5 years, he disappeared. I did not know where he was.
Your husband just got up one day?
And just left.
And just left?
My husband, that is.
How long were you married for?
We were married from 2005. Right, and he just left.
You had children together?
No children.
He just left. What happened when he left?
When he left, I went through a very rough time. I cried a lot. I was depressed for the most part. I had a real rough struggle trying to get my psyche and everything back together because it was a very hard blow to me.
Wow. No, and you were doing other things that would have impacted the stress at that time?
Well, at that time in 2014, I was not basically doing what I'm doing now. I was working, yes. My job was a little bit kind of hectic, but it was not all that. So fast forward now to 2018, I started university at the International University of the Caribbean, IUC, that's on Old Hope Road.
Good.
And doing guidance and counseling, everything was okay. I got back on track. My life got back together. My mind, everything was okay. And then this dude showed up in 2019 and he just threw everything off. I went straight back to crying. I went into a very dark zone.
He just showed up?
Yes.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere.
What was he saying?
Nothing. He was smiling.
He disappeared out of your life? For how long?
About 5 years.
About 5 years. So you were married for 5 years?
No, we were married from 2005.
You were married from 2005. Then he disappeared. Then he showed up.
Right.
And he was just smiling.
He was just smiling. And so...
what did you say to him?
Actually, when he showed up at church. So he came and he said, "Hi, Sister Tanisha," and I said, "Hi." And then he extended his hands for me to shake, and I said, "I do not want to shake your hands today." And he smiled and he went inside, and that was it. He didn't say anything to me. And for some Sundays, I was just there watching, and everybody keep coming to me. So what is happening? Is he back? And I'm like, I don't know what is happening. And I was the one who had to go and speak to him. And of course, when I went and spoke to him, it was like everything just fell apart again.
What was that conversation about?
I just asked him, "What are you doing?" Because it's not like we were divorced or anything. What are your plans? Because we did not get a chance to speak about anything at all. And he was just carefree. He said, "You're okay, man. You'll be fine." And his thing is that he just want to be free.
He just wanted to be free.
And so being in university, working, trying to make ends meet and everything for myself and do my studies, with all of that stress, I just went right back to tears, and I cried one night. When I woke up in the morning, I saw blood on my lens. And I was shocked out of this world because I did not know what was happening. I have never seen this before. And so I rushed to the ophthalmologist the next day, and I was told that the veins in my eyes, they're burst and they're bleeding.
They're burst?
Yes.
What caused them to burst? Because of the crying?
My friend, I have a very good friend, and she would refer to the crying that was it, but I was told by the doctor that it was retinopathy. And he said diabetic retinopathy. Then he asked me if I was diabetic, and I told him that I was told that I had, what do you call it?
Type 2?
Type 2, yes. And then he told me about the different treatments that I needed to do to save my eyes. And of course, all the money that it would have taken for me to do so.
Wow. So that day when you went to see the specialist, and he said all of this to you, what was now going through your mind?
What was going through my mind, all right, so now I'm in school, I'm doing well, I'm going to lose my sight, I would need funds, where am I going to get this from? I am basically on my own. Everything went through my mind. Everything went through my mind. I'm like, and he was there saying, well, you need to call some relatives from abroad. And I'm like, what relative should I call from abroad?
Wow.
And, you know, he told me about the Cubans that were here. And he said that he could give me a referral to go to them, which he did. He said that I needed to do laser surgery, I needed to do injections, and I probably needed to do major surgery to my eyes just to save them. But
were you in denial at first?
Of course.
Yeah. You're like, no man, I need to test again, just to make sure.
Each test, each time I am sent, I'm like, there is a test, and each person is coming to me with the same thing. And I'm like, God help me, Jesus. It started to get better when I started treatment.
You started to see changes?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're now hopeful?
Yes. And then it got worse. Then they're telling me, oh, something about dryness in this eye and something about wetness in this one, and everybody's talking. I'm like, God, please come true for me. How am I going to do this?
We take a break. When we come back, we continue our conversation with Tanisha Miller. Welcome back to the show. Tanisha Miller is here with us. So Tanisha, with the diagnosis, what did the doctors say now, or what did the doctors say that you now have to do so that you can, you know, still continue with school and all of that?
They told me I needed to do a major surgery to my eye to clear up all that is at the back of my eye, the bleeding and everything. When I went and I checked out that and realized the cost of all of that, that was another blow.
Tanisha, where you got money from?
Listen, I was only able to do one, and that was a blessing in itself. Persons who I have been around for a while in church and stuff like that heard that I had a dilemma. And you know when they say one cocoa full basket?
Indeed, it helped.
One cocoa really fill baskets. And I also got some aid from the Ministry of Health. And so I was able to do my right eye because it was the one at the time that had the better vision. However...
It had a better vision, so you had to save that.
Yes. So thinking that, okay, I was optimistic now because I did the surgery. It went downhill.
What happened?
I have no idea. It just did not come around the way I was told that it would have, but then they also say to me that, okay, it has a chance of working and not working. And so it got darker. And I was like, oh my God. By this time, I had 30 odd, almost 40 assignments to do at school.
What were you studying?
Guidance and counseling.
Okay.
And a lot of it had psychology courses. And so someone introduced me to the school for the blind. When I called them and the lady was speaking to me, all she could hear was tears and snorts. And she said to me, okay, you have passed the age for us to help you here. However, we're going to refer you to Jamaica Society for the Blind. And when I went there, they just jumped into action. They were the one who taught me again to use the computer. And so when I went back through all of those lessons, then I started doing my assignments.
But this is literally like starting your life over like a baby learning life. How did you cope?
I barely coped, because can you imagine living on my own and saying, okay, I need to pour out some bleach into a container, and I'm going for the bottle of bleach to pour it into another bottle. And I have to be like, oh, I can't see it. Or anything at all that I needed to do. I had to find a different way to work things out.
How did you get around? How did you cook? How did you do your laundry?
I still cook and I still do my laundry, but how I got around, God sent someone else in my life.
Yes?
Yes.
God sent somebody else in your... Tanisha?
He was a God saint.
Take me into that.
So, I met Kimar Miller at church.
Oh, you're Mrs. Miller, okay.
Yes. So I met him at church, and I could not see this person who come over to me. And he was there saying, you know, he was very helpful. If I needed to go anywhere, he was there. At the time, I was, because I needed to do so many different things, I was going to 3 hospitals at a time. And all of these traveling to do on my own. But God sent Kimar. And it doesn't matter where I wanted to go.
Kimar is there.
Kimar is there. He has this little thing that he says, never fear.
Kimar is here. Never fear, Kimar. So what did Kimar say to you when, you know, he started to seek you out? You know, what did he say to you, to grab your interest?
God. At first, my interest was grabbed without him saying anything.
Yeah?
Because of how he gave himself selflessly. And how he was not there seeking what he could have gotten, but what he could have done to enhance
what he can give.
my life. Yes. And that was new for me, because my last marriage was what I could give and everything what I could do. So now having someone in my life who is giving back to me, that was a stole away from me.
Well, what was your struggle not being able to see him? How did that affect you?
It affects me because I wanted to see this person clearly. And I wanted to understand a lot of stuff, but the Lord took me another route. Normally, I would have looked with my eyes and say, oh, this person looks...
And the eyes can deceive us.
Yes. So I had to go the other route, where I had to really know this person and see with a different eyes, than a physical. And it worked.
And how long you and Kimar have been married?
2.5 years.
Yeah. And it's still going strong.
Still going strong.
And beautiful.
Yes. And to tell you the truth too, even though say that I'm in university and stuff, he would have assisted me with my assignments.
Yes. It's like Kimar go school.
And he was like, okay, I remember when I needed something to read and I was having issues was reading it because I was still fighting myself to try and read what I need to read. I was using tablets, I was using phone, I was using the computer. Sometimes my computer crashed actually, so I was forcing myself to see the little vision that I had. And he would have gone to work and come home and he would have read the thing for me and asked me, okay, how to put the sentence together and stuff. And I would have done my assignments.
Good. We take a break. When we come back, we talk more with Tanisha about her new marriage and about how she's now living a new life. In 2019, Tanisha Miller's life changed forever. She's now visually impaired, but still pursuing higher education. If you still feel a sense of fulfillment, you'd say?
When all hell broke on me, I realized that I had a fight that I did not know that I have. A lot of persons said to me, okay, this is happening to you, it's chaos in your life, why not stop? And I said I can't, because if I stop, because they were saying pause until, you feel better. But I said if I stop, I know I was not going to start again based upon all that I had to fight. And so I decided that I am going to push through.
Yes.
And so while at school, I began to learn about the different treatments that we could do to persons, for example, if they're in depression, because I was in deep depression. And so I decided that, okay, I'm going to self-medicate. And so I did laugh therapy with myself because it was very sad for me.
Right.
And I did music. And when I said I did them, I actually tried to listen to them and let them be a part of my routine to ensure that I am actually enjoying what I'm doing.
And to take it to another level, yeah?
Yes. And so each time I did these things, I realized that, okay, I have some fight and I'm going to push through. And while I was doing that, I decided to encourage anybody.
Anybody will listen.
Anybody. I was going to encourage them. It doesn't matter what they're going through, I'm going to tell them that they can go over. Because when I did that, I was doing it for myself too. So the more I would say to them, push, I am pushing, because I cannot be preaching something that I am not doing.
True.
So I had to do that. So then when I did all of that, it took my eyes off what I could not do. So persons will see me, I'm speaking to you, and my face is towards you. And they said, but she's seeing, but it's not that. It's what I'm used to. I used to look directly at persons, so I'm setting my face directly to you. I'm listening to your voice. I learned about tones, so now I cannot just see persons anymore, but I can tell your mood based upon your tone.
Yes.
I can now probe differently than just looking. I can really empathize with persons now. So I'm utilizing that.
Now that you're out in the public and probably church that you're most used to, did you feel awkward or self-conscious at first?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Because everybody is going to come, what happened to your eye?
How did you deal with that?
Oh my God, it was annoying. But some persons up to this day, they don't know, because they still see me moving about, even at home. I will set the furniture in a ways that I can just walk. I don't use my cane at home. I only use it if I'm walking by myself on the street. And my husband tells me he's my cane, so I don't use it.
He's your cane.
When I'm walking.
He's your cane and need not to fear either.
No.
Right.
So if I go into a store with him or with someone, persons don't really know, because I don't, quote unquote, look like somebody with vision impairment, right? I remember changing some coins, because I do save my coins at a supermarket, and I was told to stack them up for them, and I was doing it slowly. And the young lady said to me, no, if I can't do something else, and I said, I have to do it this way because I have to feel them to do it. And she was like, you're blind? You're blind? I'm like, okay. I'm not blind, but I'm visually impaired. Persons don't understand because they believe that if you are not seen well, you don't look like this. And if you're not seen well, you can't move or do anything on your own. You ought to be dependent on everybody. But that's not it. That's not the case. Persons with visual impairment or blind persons are still able to work and are still able to pursue their dreams and their goals.
I can imagine that your confidence, that was impacted in the beginning. Where is that now? Do you find yourself beautiful? Where are you now in your true self?
I am beautiful.
Sure, all right, of course.
I know I am. My confidence for me, it went down, but then it went up higher than where it was. Before, I was a little bit too conscious of persons and what persons think and maybe how they might look at me. But no, I think I'm more comfortable in my skin.
Yeah. What are you most proud of now about yourself, and what are your hopes for you?
What am I most proud of? That I do not roll over.
Yes.
Yes, and play dead. I am so proud of that, and I know it is the same circumstances that I wish I did not have that give me that ability to do that with the help of God.
So you're currently pursuing your bachelor's in guidance counseling.
Correct.
And you shall end that soon and graduate and all of that, yeah?
Right.
All right. What would you like to say? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Or what would you like to say to Kimar, right? No need to fear because Kimar is here. What would you like to say to him for his continuous love and support?
I would like to say thank you. I would like to say thank you for being there for me, for not giving up on me, and for loving me unconditionally, despite my flaws and my shortcomings, because I know I have some.
Yeah. So you cook for Kimar?
Yes.
Yeah. What's Kimar's favorite meal? What's Kimar's favorite meal?
Kimar eats everything.
So Kimar, just cook and Kimar is okay.
Yes.
All right.
But he loves beef.
He loves beef.
Very
okay.
much.
All right, Tanisha, thank you so very much.
Thank you for having
for
me.
sharing with us on the Arik Show today. You're beautiful. You're an inspiration to many who feel as if they should give up. And I'm happy that you're able to stop by with us.
Thank
All right,
you.
take very good care.
God bless.
All right, I want to thank you so much for sharing with us today on the Alric Show and hearing the story of Tanisha Miller. I'm Alric McKenzie. Take good care.